Stress management. Today we're just talking about stress management strategies. So we all struggle with stress. What are the best tips for managing your stress? Each one of us have different stress. It says here that what creates disabling stress in one person may not have the same effect on another thing. So a thing that might totally stress me out might be nothing for you. And you might come and say, I'm totally stressed because of the fact that I have to bake a cake this afternoon and it needs to be delivered tonight. Might be absolutely no stress to someone else that it's like love baking cake. Things like that. So it's like baking cake is no stress to me, but it might be totally stress to you. So our stress levels or our influences of stress are different in each person. So we're just going to go on a bit of a journey around stress and also what can we do to cope, also bad methods that people use to cope with their stress. And then at the end, we're going to do a bit of an exercise, just a relaxing exercise together. So be prepared for relaxing at the end. Okay. Identify habits and behaviors that add to stress. It's easy to identify sources of stress following a major life event such as changing job, moving home, Kathy, or losing a loved one. By pinpointing the sources of everyday stress can be more complicated. So it's easy when there's huge things like moving house, losing a loved one, going through a really big change in life, kids leaving home. Although sometimes kids leaving home is a relaxing of some of your stress, but there's all these things, some major events, it's easy to say I've got stress because of the fact that I'm moving house, or I'm selling my house, or I'm doing this. But the other thing is we have to pinpoint the everyday stress in life. So there's stuff that causes our daily stress. And that's where we need to go and sit and sometimes keep a bit of a diary, sort of what am I doing every day, and what are the things that cause me daily stress? So that's the stuff we're talking about today. Not necessarily the big events, the dramatic events, but more the small things that cause our daily stress. To identify your true sources of stress, look closely at your habits, attitude, and excuses. Habits, attitudes, excuses. And boy oh boy, we make a lot of excuses for our bad habits. Right, so first of all, do you explain away stress as temporary? I have a million things going on right now, even though I can't remember the last time you took a breather. So you go around saying, I've got so much stuff going on around, I'm running around, I'm busy. At the moment, there's so much to do, but you can't remember actually was there a time that you didn't have a million things to do. I know people that they're running around the whole time. They have got so much to do. And that's like every time. And then I say that, okay, next week things will be better. And next week is just as bad as this week. So do you know anyone of that? Or are you like that? I've got so much to do. We're all like, especially now at the end of the year, it's like, I can't wait for this year to end because next year is going to be great. It's like, but that's the same thing we said last year this time. Or the year before. We always went like, oh, I can't wait for the end of the year. Why? What significant change is there going to be next year than this year? Except that our date changes from December to January. But what's the reason? When last did you actually take the time to breathe? And I'm not talking about the low breathing we're doing every day by running around. I'm talking about really just breathing, like relaxing, like having just and I'm not talking about sitting watching TV. I'm talking about really relaxing. There's a difference between relaxing and just resting. And when do you do which one? Okay. Do you define stress as an integral part of your work or home life? Things are always crazy around here. As part of your personality. I have a lot of nervous energy. You go to people's homes and say, oh, this is such a crazy house. Or it's just going, my life is just crazy. Or I work at this nut house. Ever mentioned that? Even talk to your houses, or people in your houses. I'm living with a house full of nuts. We're living for a house full of crazy people. There's a lot of craziness going on. One of our friends resigned her job, and on Facebook she said, I resigned my job today because I had enough of all this craziness going on. So we need to identify all the craziness in our lives to make sure that we have a more relaxed, more stress-less life. And we'll talk about you have to stress less, but how do we stress less? You can't stress less until you've identified your stress. So one great thing is to go down at a quiet place, right? And please don't time yourself, because that will cause another stress. And I've got only 30 minutes, I need to write this down, I have to do this now, I'm going to stress more about this now. Just relax and just write down things in your daily life that cause you stress. Some things we can't avoid, but if you know of them, and then you can also work on a plan. How can I manage this? How can I work with this instead of just ignoring it and add it to, this is just a crazy life I live. So, do you blame your stress on other people or outside events, or view it as entirely normal and unexceptional? Do you blame your stress on other people? It's always because of my children. My children stress me out. I had a company, a motivational speaking company in South Africa, and I had a lady who made all my course material for all my talks and things. And if I say to her, I need so many, and if I tell her too much to do at once, she goes and she says, you put stress in my head. So what causes the stress in your head? Is it your children? Is it your working environment? Is it just you? Identify the things that cause the stress in your head. Until you accept responsibility for your role you play in creating and maintaining this head, your stress level will remain outside of control. So until you identify your stress, until you've taken control of it, it will stay out of control. So just think of what's causing stress in your life now. Some people stress out, I need to quickly go for a cigarette, isn't that? Okay, what caused your stress? What caused your stress? Okay, so I'm talking about a stress journal, okay? What caused your stress? Every day. Maybe at the end of the day, write a bit of a journal saying, what caused stress today for me? What made me anxious? What made me worry? What stressed me out? How you felt physically and emotionally. How did you feel today, physically, emotionally? Sometimes things happen and we're so tired. It just makes you absolutely tired. You don't know what to do further. Some stressful events do that to us. I feel like totally drained and tired when I get in contact with a clown.
When you what?
Clown. Clowns stress me out.
Do they?
Yeah, I can't stand a clown. That stresses me out. Okay. How you acted in response. So when you get the stressful event, how do you act? I see a clown, I run. How do you act in a stressful event? And then what do you do to make yourself feel better? What do you do to make yourself feel better?
That would have been any good when the clown thing was happening.
Yeah. That makes me fit. So I've got a clown on my treadmill. So what do you do to make you feel better? So you've got this stressful event, how did you act during the event, and what do you do to make you feel better? Like your heart racing, you're like, what do you do? Okay. So you put that all in your journal. Okay. Replace unhealthy coping strategies with healthy ones. The unhealthy ones. I'm not saying do these. These are the unhealthy ones. You replace these with good ones. First of all, smoking is unhealthy. It will kill you.
Eventually.
Eventually. Like life. Using pills and drugs. Drink too much, sleep too much. Binging on junk and comfort food. food. McDonald's.
I don't have McDonald's.
I don't go there, there's clowns there.
Oh, there is too.
Procrastination. Zoning out of your hours, looking at your phone. Just looking at your phone, staring at your phone. Who of you do that? Stare at your phone. Last week in gym, I had to go to a guy who was working on some equipment I want to use. And I went to him and I said to him, hey man, how many reps have you still got left on Facebook? Because I really want to use this equipment now. Then he said 2. And so, withdrawing from friends, family activities. I'm so stressed, I don't want to see people around. I just want to sit in my room. It's like all the, and then taking your stress out on others. It's like, I'm so upset, I'm going to be just so rude to everyone else, and excuse me people, but I'm stressed. Does that sound like you? Okay, so binging on junk food, that's me. If I really get stressed, I grab the ice cream. So so there are so many unhealthy strategies we use. So many unhealthy things we do. Some people go shopping. Shopping normally doesn't help for me to relieve my stress. When I go shopping, I'm like really happy. I go and I shop, and when I get home, then I get depressed because I realize I spent all the money, and then it's like a new stressful event happening in my life. It's like, how do I cope for the rest of the month? So that's one strategy that's really not working. It increases your stress level. So, all right. So if your methods of coping with stress aren't contributing to your greater emotional and physical health, it's time to find healthier ones. No single method works for everyone or in every situation. So I'm not going to say to you, from now on, this is what you're going to do. Because it's not going to work. What works for me does not work for you. Right? So experiment with different techniques and strategies. Focus on what makes you feel calm and in control. What works for me is going to the gym. Lifting heavy weights works for me. It might not work for you. Running on a treadmill with a face of a clown works for me. But it might not work for you. So you work out what works for you. What strategy is good for you? No smoking.
Yes, right.
Right. Tip. Okay, first of all, I said you need to identify this, okay? So you have to replace the bad ones with the good ones. The next one is get moving. Physical activity plays a key role, and stop shaking your heads. It plays a key role in reducing your stress. Go for a walk. I'm not saying join the local gym, but I say go for a walk. Do some activity. Take the dog for a walk. If you don't have a dog, ask the neighbor if you can borrow their
I killed
dog.
it.
We have guinea pigs. We put leashes on our guinea pigs and we go for a walk with our guinea pigs.
Serious?
Yes.
Close behind.
It's like little guinea pig leashes. So go for a walk or do some activity. Go for a swim. If you can't swim, don't do that. But find ways to relax. Exercise releases endorphins that boost your mood and make you feel good and happy. Okay? The happy hormone. While the maximum benefit comes from exercising for 30 minutes or more, you can start small and build up fitness levels. So you start small. You just walk around the block. Then you walk around 2 blocks. Then you walk around your neighborhood. Then you walk around your city. Then around your state. So you work up from slow to big. Right. The first step to get yourself up and moving is put some music on and dance around. So at home, if you don't want to do like exercise, so put on some music, dance around. ABBA is great for that.
ABBA.
Yeah, ABBA, put on some ABBA. Right, take your dog for a walk. If you don't have a dog, borrow a dog. But take the dog for a walk. Walk or cycle to the grocery store. Use the stairs at home or work rather than the elevator, especially here. Ignore the elevator and walk the one step stair. Come on. I will lock the elevator. Park your car in the furthest spot in the lot and walk the rest of the way. So all of you park there and not here underneath.
And where do you park? Underneath.
Pair up with an exercise partner and encourage each other as you work out. Like both of you can say, we meet each other in the parking lot at the furthest end. We park there and we walk here. Play ping pong. Or an activity-based video game with your kids. So we connect. All those things. Just get moving. And after this, I'm actually going to do an aerobic session with all of you. So.
In your dreams.
In your dreams. I have to be somewhere.
Right. Manage stress with regular exercise. Okay, I'm not going to continue on this one because you all get the idea. Get moving. Get the endorphins flowing. That's a great thing, is actually get your happy hormone flowing to make yourself happy. Okay. Connect with others or connect to others. Start chatting to people, social engagement. And a lot of you are quite social, yeah, you've made friends at college, meet each other and have friends. So instead of withdrawing, try and connect with other people that help you to also relieve your stress. But please, when you connect with people, don't connect with the bunch of people that's like all sucked on lemons.
What?
Like all sour and all moany and groany people, the grumpy ones. Get together with the ones that's absolutely happy and will lift your spirits.
Tequila, not lemons.
There's a lot of, we say that spirit jumps from one person to the other. So if you're like here and you're like really, really depressed, and the lady next to you comes and she's quite happy, and you start telling her how really depressed you are, and in the end she's really depressed, and you're all like really depressed. But you can also have the other effect where you say like, I'm happy, and I'm going to tell you how happy I am, and I'm going to make your depression go away by you being happy. A lot of stuff we say play an influence on people. When I was a kid, I was a really, really mean little kid. So I had two other friends who were also mean little kids, and what we did is in the mornings at school we will target a kid. So first thing is I will go to him and say to him, boy, you look a bit sick today, are you okay? And then he'll say, no, I'm fine. And then it's like 30 minutes later one of my friends will go to him and say, wow, you look a bit sick today, are you okay? It's like, yeah, I feel a bit off. It's like, and then about a half an hour later, the third kid will go to him and say, you really look sick. And the kid will say, yes, I am. I'm really, really sick. My first break is going home. He's sick. His mom picks him up from school because he is now sick. So we played this making kids sick game like every day and see how many kids we can send home. So it's all in the mind. And if you are surrounding yourself with positive people, with happy people, with social people, it's great. It will lift your spirit. Okay, so don't sit there at home all alone in your dark little room, watching reruns of Home and Away. Just get out of there and start mingling with happy people. Reach out to family and friends and connect regularly in person. I mean in person, I don't mean via Facebook. I have chatted to so many people today. Have you seen them? No. It's like just like a little pop-up the whole day. I've been chatting to this person, and oh, they were online, and yeah, we've got a whole social gathering today of online people. It's good to connect in person to people. Yeah. Your computer doesn't really give you a hug, when you really need one. Computers are actually very cold beings, so we need to connect with people. We need people around us. As I said before, and also make sure that you have at least 6 friends. Okay?
Too many.
Because you need 6 people to carry your coffin one day.
Sometimes it can be 8.
Okay, but at least 6. Okay, at least 6. You need 6 people.
I'm right.
That's depressing.
Yeah. Okay, the other thing is like a brick. A brick's surrounded by 6 other bricks to be solid. But who wants to be a brick? You rather want to know that there's a reason. At the moment, I've got 4 friends, so they're going to carry very heavy one day, unless I get 2 more added to my friendship circle. So, reach out and build relationships. One is reach out to a colleague at work, or to a student here. Reach out and build relationships. Help someone else by volunteering. Have lunch or coffee with a friend. Ask a loved one to check in with you regularly. So ask someone, hey, just check in with someone to make sure I'm okay. I don't feel that well at the moment. You know, that sort of stuff. Accompany someone to the movies or a concert. The Star Wars movie is coming out. Accompany someone to a movie, or a concert, or a play. But you can just reach out to people. Reach out, call or email an old friend. Depends on how old the friend is. If they're really old, email doesn't work.
What?
They don't know email.
Yeah. Some people don't get emails yet.
No.
Go for a walk with a workout buddy. Get a workout buddy. We've got a dam next to where I live. It's a 5-kilometer walk. You can get a workout buddy and walk around the dam. That's 5 Ks. Schedule a weekly dinner date. Okay. If you're married, that would be a good idea to have the dinner date with your spouse. Otherwise, it's going to be more stress.
My boyfriend's married.
That's not good. Meet new people by taking a class or joining a club. Confide in a clergy member, teacher, or sports coach. So if you go through a really bad time, confide into someone you can trust.
Lifeline.
Practice the 4 A's. Avoid unnecessary stress. It's like choose your battles. Alter the situation. Adapt to the stressor. So if it's a situation you can't change, adapt to that. Or accept the things that you cannot change. Right? Just, okay, it's something like that. I mean, this is how it is. And you cannot change it, accept that. Make time for fun and relaxation. Set aside relaxation time. Make sure you've got time in your schedule where you can just relax. Right? 7 to 7:30 is a good time. Home and away time. So it's a good time to relax. Do something you enjoy every day. And keep your sense of humor. Life is too serious to be taken so seriously. Okay? Keep your sense of humor. Develop a stress release toolbox. So, come up with a list of healthy ways to relax and recharge. Go for a walk. Spend time in nature. Call a good friend. Sweat out tension with a workout. Go to a gym. Write your own journal. Take a long bath. Depends on if you've got more than one bathroom, you can cause more stress in other people's lives if you take a long bath. So and light scented candles. And again, make sure that you blow out the candles afterwards, otherwise you burn out your house and then more stress. So just work and be creative, but also use common sense in the process. A warm cup of coffee or tea can also relieve some stress. A good cup of chamomile tea. Play with a pet. Work in your garden. That stresses me totally out. So get a massage, curl up with a good book, listen to music, especially ABBA, and watch a comedy. That will also relax you. Eat a healthy diet. Okay, no McDonald's because there are no clowns involved. Reduce caffeine and sugar. Okay, so this is a bit yeah, it's a bit contradiction to my previous one where I say a nice warm cup of coffee, but avoid caffeine. So it will be
Don't indulge in it.
decaf coffee. Avoid alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs, and get enough sleep. Right? Have a good night's sleep. At least 8 hours. Last time a while ago we talked about sleep hygiene. So have a good, proper good sleep. Good sleeping pattern too. Stress management starts with an honest assessment of how you react to stress. So be honest. When you do your journal, be honest. There's no point in lying to yourself about your stress levels. Right? So don't lie to yourself about what causes stress in your life. Okay? Also, evaluate how you react to stress. Do you experience pain in your body when you stress? Lower back pain, shoulder pain, what sort of pain? Headaches, tension headaches. How do your body react to stress? Do you overeat? Some people, when they stress, they start eating. My favorite thing is when I stress, I start eating ice cream. So I can manage I notice my stress levels by the amount of ice cream in my fridge. So at the moment there's no ice cream in my fridge, so I'm quite calm. But I'm starting to stress about the fact that there's no ice cream in my fridge. So, but overeating is one. Anger, you get really angry. As you go through a really bad, stressful time, some people get really, really angry, upset, get easy. Some people cry a lot. Have you noticed yourself crying a lot the last few days? The last few weeks? Might be a bit stressful times ahead. Or experiencing depression. How do you feel? Are you depressed? Do you want to talk about it? How do you feel? And we talk about depression. When we say depression, I'm not saying depression in the sense of you need medication depression. I'm also saying that do you feel like you just feel depressed and down? Remember what we say, if your depression lasts more than 2 weeks, then you might need to go and see someone because then it might be a chronic case of depression. And negativity, are you very negative? Like it starts to rain and you'll say, your friends will say, it's so great, the drought is over, and you'll say, no, that's the start of the floods. And then the moment it stops raining, your friends will say, it stopped raining, and you'll say, yes, that's the start of the drought. That sort of person. Are you the person that in February month complain least of all because it's the shortest month? So what are you? If you realize you're really negative about stuff, it might also be caused by the level of stress. Smoking, do you smoke more?
Yeah.
So that's just some of the indicators of that you might be in a stressful situation at the moment. Okay, so top causes of stress is childhood trauma. So if you've got a lot of, especially when you get clients in the counseling room, they went through childhood trauma, death of a loved one, divorce, finances, a lot of people, and also a lot of relationship issues is because of finances, job stress, your health, if you're not very healthy at the moment or going through a tough time health-wise, personal relationships, chronically ill child, pregnancy and dangerous situations that all can cause some stress. So, okay, so I want you all to just relax. We're going to just do a bit of a relaxing exercise for a moment. So.
Oh my God. I might go to sleep.
Just stressing about the computer.
Are you gonna sing or something?
Please listen to
Face.
There he's crying.
Oh God. Her expressions on face. God.
That was 2 minutes of laughter therapy. So I hope you feel a bit more relaxed. You're welcome. I've got a whole CD with a whole hour of laughing. So if you're really, really stressed and you don't want to break out a smile, I can lock you in a room and let you listen to a whole hour of laughing. But there's different ways to manage your stress and find ways that work for you. But the most important thing is, as we say, identify your stress first. Identify what caused your stress, and then you can deal with that. So, cool. I'm going to switch off the camera, and then if there's any questions or comments, then we can talk about it.